Good morning. How's everybody today? Do you remember that video I did of the Navy doing that battle in the water? Well, I've come back here today. It's actually a temple, but there's nobody here. Very quiet. Beautiful. So there's my new seat covers on. So this is the reason why I got in the car seats, because of the way this looks here. And this is a new one. So it's like brand new, huh? It's just the same fabric with more softness and more flexibility. So when it's finished, look what he's done. It's brand new. The only thing different is it has the car logo on it. So there's my new seat covers on. Remember what it looked like before? Remember what it looked like before here? And now I got the name of the truck on it. Headrest, everything is covered. Looks really nice, huh? Done a great job. 2,000 baht. Okay, so this, I got the car seats fitted. This lady and her man over here fitted the car seats. Excellent job. Khop khun khab. The guy who fitted it. Khop khun khab, boss. Okay, seats fitted, and I come inside. I'm actually anybody in the neighborhood and needs some new seats. Outside, I'm in Rojana, outside of Ayutthaya, at Tesco Rojana. Right outside, there's a guy who does this. Very, very professional. You know, I'm a Mr. Professional, and I watched him do it. You know, you pay, I think you get a 100 baht discount, like £2 or 2.5 pounds if you do it yourself. And he knows all the techniques. So I said, you do it. I even give him a tip, and he wouldn't take the tip, so I had to stuff it in his hand and walk away. But he did an excellent job. I'm very happy. So now I can see that space behind me is gone. So I got some stuff at home I can put on it to treat it, to protect it from water, so from when Kevin is hot. So I'm very happy. So I come in and got some lunch, Kevin's lunch. It's like a chicken stir fry, and this is like a pepper chicken sausage in the front here. So sitting in the AC, eat some food, drink some water, and cool down. I feel a lot better than I did yesterday. Yesterday I was hot, but I felt lightheaded and funny. Today I feel great. And thank you last night for all the people who left a comment worrying about me. Thank you. Time to eat. Khop khun khab. So, a hard day was had by nobody. So what did I do? I went to the temple. The temple's on one side of the little lane. but I was under the trees by the water, and for me, that was amazing. Trees and water, quiet, the cathedral of nature. Keep all your temples, keep all your churches, just let me be in nature. If you want to meet the architect, go to his art gallery, see what he's made. So between gardening and photography, that's me. So just come for a coffee, sit down. I went upstairs, I had lunch, went upstairs and I had a nose around to see what was on. I got some jam that you can't get anywhere else now. I found it here in this big Tesco. So I had a nose around, and I've been getting this jam here. It's French, and there's no added sugar, so I don't put any extra sugar in this. The only sugar you get is from the fruit that's in it, and it's they have like strawberry, which or raspberry. I can't remember. I don't usually get that. They have a blackberry one, which I just showed you, and another one. I forget what the other one is, but today I found there's a fourth one. They have a apricot one, so I got two. Let's see what that's about, huh? And so International Man. Another thing I like is pears. You know pear soap? The normal one I like is brown, the original one. I don't know why, I've been using it for years. I just get the smell and love it. And the last thing, International Man, if I can pick it up, you get these Bulgarian yogurt with honey in it. I haven't had those for years and years, so I thought, get one and have a taste. So now I'm gonna drink my coffee and chill out, go home and sit on my new seats in the car. Good evening. Home again. Just been chilling out, taking care of the birds, feeding the dogs. I have a visitor. Who's this? You gonna say hi? Huh? You wanna say hi? Say hello, folks. What are you doing? Hello, folks. Can you say hi? Everybody always asking about you. At least you could say as hi. You enjoy your dinner? I have a confession. I really enjoy playing with them birds. What I've been doing, I don't know why, I just had a feeling, you know, I know they love the white basil. They love it. They go crazy over it. You know, and herbs have antiviral, antibacterial, antiparasitic, antifungal, anti-everything properties. So most herbs have that. Do your research, you know, basil, any of them. Oregano's crazy, but they don't like oregano, and it grows like crazy in the back garden. I planted some and it went wild, but they don't like that. But the white basil, it can't grow fast enough for all that's in there. So I started buying it. You can get a big old bunch for like 10 baht. Last them, you know, if you give them a lot, it can last 2 days for 10 baht, which is what, about 25 pence, 30 cents, something like that. So I buy it and give it to them. They go crazy. Now you think they love it, and it's good for them, keeps them healthy. So, but today I had a big bunch of it. Opened the door where I feed them, put my hand in, and I started breaking leaves off, throwing it everywhere so everybody could get some. And one landed right next to me, and it was, I mean, literally next to me. They're getting closer and closer all the time. When I first got them, I never did anything like that. But I just thought, you know, I'm not trying to grab them or anything, but they keep coming closer and closer themselves. I guess, you know, they trust. But if I'd done it from the beginning, they'd have already been landing on me, I would imagine. So cool, huh? There's so many. There's like gotta be 50 in there now. Crazy, but fun. Kevin in paradise, doing his crazy stuff again. I got something I wanted to share with you about crazy wildlife that I always like to be with. When I was in the green clothes, I was in the Falklands, and a guy acquired, through the military system, acquired a Gemini, you know, the inflatable boats like a assault craft. he acquired one and a motor, and brought it to our place. And you know, some people wanted to go in it, not everybody liked to go out in it. So I went out in it and took some guys with me. We went to an island which was a couple of kilometers away in the water, and the water there in the Falklands is amazing. It's like a super rich in kelp, super rich in life. It's just amazing, the life in the water there. Anyway, we would go, you know, I'm driving, we go to this island. They said, the guy said, we want to go for a walk. I said, go ahead, I'm staying here with the Gemini. And they said, aren't you coming? I said, no way, because if this boat disappears, there's no way we're going to get back. I mean, how many people can swim like 4 to 5 kilometers or whatever in icy cold water? So I said, I'll just wait here, you go off and enjoy. I'm not going nowhere. And while they were gone, a sea lion come up and started barking at me. Big old male sea lion. And we had Arctic rations, you know, for the cold weather rations, high in calories. So they put Rolos in. British people know what I'm talking about, Rolos. They're like a round caramel thing, chocolate caramel. So I'm eating these things, sitting there minding my business. He's come up barking at me like I'm on his beach. So I threw one at him, like tossed it, not hard, and he opened his mouth and caught it. He stopped barking. I gave him a couple more. Maybe I shouldn't have done actually, but I did, and made a new friend. So then he goes off. The kelp, the seaweed, the kelp, grows so thick and hard, it grows up and piles outside of the water because it's got air bubbles in it, right? Little air sacs. And he sort of jumped up and laid on top of that. So I got in the Gemini, started it, went out very quietly, turned the engine off, and just sat only like 50 meters from the beach. Water was pretty calm. And he come up right next to me, bring up his nose, open his nose, look at me. You know, the nostrils open and then the eyes come up, right? Looking at me. And I looked at him, he went down, popped up to another side, went down, come up, I look at him, he go down. And this went on for like a half an hour. So then I go back to the beach, the guys come back, I told him the story, like, don't believe me. So then we're coming back, and I'm driving, we're going quite fast. So I asked him to sit in the front so we can go fast, keep the front down to get back before dark. And then all of a sudden it was like something banged underneath really hard. And then they look back at me like, you know, what are you doing? And I looked at them like, what are you doing? And it was loud because of the engine. We kept on going, bang, bang, a couple more times. And then right next to me to my right, a porpoise jumped out of the water, black and white, big and beautiful. I mean, it was like 2 meters from me. That's so close. So I'm shouting, porpoise, porpoise, and they're like, oh, shut up. There's no porpoises here. So what happened? 2 porpoises jumped right in front of them so they could see it. They turned around like, you know, eyes as big as saucers, just looking at me like, oh my God, here we are in this little tiny Gemini. And these, you know, a porpoise, I think, tend to be a little bit bigger than a dolphin. And they just looked at me like starry-eyed. I said, I told you. But you know what's funny? I had a nickname called Lance. I had one stripe then, Lance Bombardier Bellamy, after David Bellamy, the botanist in England. Because I was, you know, he'd go up to, you see his programs, like David Bellamy, like David Bellamy. He would like, oh, what do we have here? Oh, look at this! It's a, you know, 6-legged, 4-eyed, whatever. You know, you get so excited. And I was the same with nature everywhere. So I got the name Lance Bombardier Bellamy. And they had a pop chart for who's most suited. Everybody had a nickname down there. We're in Fitzroy, which is, you know, quite a ways away from Stanley. No roads at that time, no airport, no nothing. And we were basically isolated, but did silly things like names. Anyway, I didn't even really know about the name thing much, but apparently I won. And the big boss was not happy that he didn't win. But I most suited my name, I guess. You can hear some music way down the road. The farmer's still in the field way over there. I can't see him now. It's getting too dark. Anyway, I hope you enjoy my new seat covers. And I'll sign off. Good night, guys. Buckets of blessings, rivers of peace, joy, and kindness. Look after yourselves. See you in the morning. Good night.